At Southwark Bridge, John Canny told Edward he had to go with Hugo to beg for money. "Pretend I'm your brother," Hugo told him. "When people come along the road, stop them and tell them that I'm not very well. Tell them that we have no food, then they will give us some money." When a gentleman came along the road, he looked at Hugo lying on the ground. Hugo pretended to be very ill and in great pain, but Edward did and said nothing. "We must find your brother a doctor," said the gentleman. "He's not my brother," said Edward. "He's a thief, and I am the king." When the gentleman reached out to help Hugo, Hugo ran off. The gentleman left as well, and Edward continued along the road alone. As he reached a nearby town, however, Hugo reappeared. It was market day in the town. Hugo saw a woman with a basket in her arms. In the basket was a big, brown hen. The woman wanted to sell the hen at the market, but Hugo took the hen, put it into Edward's arms, and then ran off again, shouting, "Thief! Thief!" The people at the market were angry. They did not like thieves. "Thief!" the woman shouted at Edward, trying to grab her hen. "What's going on?" said a voice that Edward knew. "You chose a nice, fat hen," he said, and cleverly put some money into the woman's basket. When the woman found it, she was not a thief after all. "How did you find me?" Edward asked Miles as they rode out of town. "A man on the road told me he saw two boys. One of the boys said, 'He was, so I knew it was you.' They rode all the way to Hendon Hall. Miles's brother was there, but he d Miles. My brother died in the war in France," he said. "No, he didn't. I am your brother." Miles was angry. "And this is my home." Miles and his brother began to fight. Servants ran into the room to help. Miles and Edward were taken away to prison. Prison was a horrible place. Edward felt worse than ever. "How will we get out of here?" he asked Miles. "Give me time," said Miles. "I will think of a plan." The next day, Miles and Edward had to go before a judge. The judge did not believe Miles's story about his brother stealing his home. "I will punish you both," the judge said. "But the boy is young," argued Miles. "He did nothing wrong. Do not hurt him." The judge listened to Miles and decided not to punish Edward. The judge put Miles in stocks. People threw rotten eggs and fruit at him. "Stop!" Edward shouted, standing in front of the stocks. "He is a good man." Finally, when Miles was released from the stocks, they went to London. There he wrote a letter to Lord Hertford.